adding a foot to this base is going to be super duper simple. Let's just open up our master model and head to the side view here. I'll zoom in. We're going to create a sketch on the right plane that will represent our foot. And then I'm just going to draw a shape that resembles what I think I want this foot to look like. I'm going to make it roughly rectangular, in fact exactly rectangular, and draw a center line down the middle of it just so I know that it is going to be revolved around that. Also, let's show that original sketch for that revolve. Let's find that surface revolve. Here it is. Let's find that sketch and show it, because I would rather constrain to the sketch than to the bottom of the surface, just because it's cleaner. So I'll constrain to that sketch, and I'm going to give this 1 millimeter inset. And then on the outside edge here, once again, I'll add another constraint just right here to this corner, and we'll call that 3 millimeters on that side. Finally, let's add one more dimension and say that we want for this to be from the bottom edge. Let's give that 3 millimeters. And that will serve as our base. We can close that up, exit our master model, hit yes. And sometimes these updates may take a minute, and that's because it's having to update all of those other parts every time you make a change to the master model. And if you didn't want that to happen, you can always freeze those other parts just to make the thing update more quickly. But in general, it should be fast enough that it doesn't matter all that much. Let's edit this base part in context, and then just head up to the Features tab and over to Revolved Cut. And then I can head into that base feature in the Feature Manager design tree and drop down. Let's look in the sketches and make sure that we can grab that very last sketch that we just added for the base. We're going to revolve that 360 degrees, hit OK, and that'll create a nested little area for us to put our padding. And I can exit that part now. And then also, we'll go Insert Components, New Part. Click on the front plane of the assembly, cancel the default sketch, and then we can rename that part, our foot. Right-click, Save in Part File, External, hit OK, open that up. So now we'll insert part, of course, and grab our master model, as we have always done. Bring that in. And I'm going to bring in only surface bodies and unabsorbed sketches. The only reason I'm bringing in surface bodies is because I find them easier to see when locating this thing. Just make sure that it snaps to the origin and hit OK. But we don't actually need any of those surface bodies. So let's select those and hit Delete to use our Delete Bodies feature to get rid of them. Also, we can hide all of our sketches with the exception of that last one. We only need that foot sketch. Head to Features, Revolve Boss, grab this guy, 360, hit OK. Just about finished here. Let's just add a couple more little minor details. Let's go to Direct Editing, Move Face. I'll select this exterior face, flip direction, and just move inward by 1 millimeter, just a little bit in. So we've got a little bit of a tolerance there to place this. And then head up to our chamfer tool and put a nice 2 millimeter chamfer right on the bottom of that. Now, that's probably enough detail for us in this case, so let's just add a dark gray plastic look to this thing. Close it up, save it, and we should end up with a foot exactly where we want it to be. And these new sketches we've been adding are actually, they've been added to a lot of our other parts, so you'll see that a lot of them are visible. And I'm just going to go through there and hide all of them so that they're not visible, because it kind of bothers me that they are. So here we'll go back to our right view, exit that part. And now we have a foot, we have a path for our cable to come through. And the only other thing that I want to add to this is the actual cable itself. There is no reason at all to do it. It is purely cosmetic and explanatory. It's nice to be able to show your boss where the cables go. But this is just for fun. So stay tuned and we'll finish this thing up.